Hello. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing okay. You guys are amazing. It's like every week, same people are here. It's just the coolest thing ever. And I thank you. Oh, let's see here. I know I said hello to some people in the chat, but I want to be able to go in and say, hey. So we've got Lisa Colovi is here as always. Hello, Simply Jan. Hello, Holman's Homestead. Hi, Spartman. We are ready for spring as well. Just want to go down, make sure I got everybody. Winter storm watch for the county just to my north. That's like 4 miles away. Gotcha. We're supposed to get 3 to 6, but I don't think we're going to get that. But it is that time of year for us to be getting our snow. So we'll see how that goes. But stay safe and warm. Hey, back to nature. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hey, Green Granny too, Denise Bissell. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse. Well, so yeah, I'm hoping the weather guessers are wrong for sure, for sure. Oh, hey, Monica. Good to see your face too. Say hello to everybody. Give everybody a hug and a kiss for me down there. And I'm glad you guys are safe after those storms that passed through. I hope that everybody in the path of these storms that are going through are doing okay. I know Tennessee has got some wind and storms, and I know that why am I drawing a blank? I know it's Holman's Homestead. They were talking on their video about not usually having tornadoes in their area, but there's been some close by issues. And yeah, we don't typically deal with tornadoes. However, we had 3 hit our town. One was not far down the road from us, and that was in 2021. So it's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are safe today. And yeah, a lot of people got hit hard. I saw an Instagram account in Texas. Some of their pig houses got hit and they had to move pigs into the garage because thankfully the pigs are safe, but they needed to do that. But thanks for popping in, Monica. Go watch a movie with your family. Leanne, you still waving at me? So you had snow today, then it turned to rain, but the temperature's now 33. Ooh, be careful. Oh, you're never late, Bev Botkin. Thanks for being here. You're never late. Hello, Glenda Grayson Fire. I am glad you are safe as well. I know you were dealing with some of that as well. Love y'all too, Monica. You too. So Glenda, I'm glad you're doing well. So we have been looking around for pig feed. So I'm going to share this with you, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just giving you the information and the experience that we had, and you can take out of it what you want to take out of it. We usually order a pallet, which is 40, 50-pound bags, and we buy a brand. It's not Purina. It's a cheaper brand, but it's still right up there. It's got good nutrition. We've looked into that. Hey, George Mitchell, hope you're doing well. And we buy a pig and sow feed, which is complete nutrition because we have breeder pigs, right? So it's a little different. We want them healthy, all that kind of stuff. So we ordered that on January 17th. I've been calling the store because it's usually in within 2 weeks. You special order it and then you pay for it and you pick it up. Hey, Susan's Ramblings. Yeah, it's been a crazy winter. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So we ordered it, like I said, nothing. Well, 2 weeks later, still not hearing anything. Here we are a couple days ago, and no one's calling me back. And I called the store again and I said, hey, I ordered a pallet of pig feed Is it coming in? Because, I had like 10 or 12 bags left to make sure. And they said, no, they don't have it. And I said, is it still on order? They said, yes, we ordered a pallet and we ordered yours. Okay. I said, can you tell me why it's not coming in? No, we don't know why. The truck comes in, it's not there. I said, okay. Hey, New York gal, Florida heart, welcome in. So it's still not there. Well, I'm getting low on pig feed. I can't wait till the last minute. So I'd gone to other feed stores around here, and the challenge is that we're so small that for them to special mix a feed, we're not going to use the tonnage that ranches here use. So it's not in their best interest to mix for us. We're too small, and they won't. Well, doing well, my friend Kat. Thank you. And come on in, Blue Self-Reliance. So, hey, Nancy, our treasured home. So anyway, it's still not in. And they can't tell me when or if it's going to come in. And we order by the pallet because it was $19.99 a bag. And then you get a 10% discount for buying a ton at a time. So we were like, all right. So we bought that and it never came in. Well, we drove to this town, tiny little town, about 40-ish minutes from us in the same county, found a feed store. Tiny feed store. And I went down there, and P.S., it's cheaper. It's locally owned. And today, well, first of all, Leanne's husband at the Mennonite Farmhouse was so generously helped me figure things out. Oh, wow, Spartman, they only offer 5% off over by you. That's crazy. What a racket. So anyway, I had talked to Leanne, right? Because I'm trying to take the percentages in our pig and sow feed and bring it down to this other label that the guy gave me because the percentages are way too high. And I'm trying to make an apples to apples comparison to make sure it's healthy for my pigs and it's appropriate, because they're not 900-pound sows. They're these tiny little coony pigs, right? So a couple of the things that I do know that are important with coony pigs and other pigs, but the coonies is what I can speak to, is the lysine has to be at a certain rate. The calcium to phosphorus can't be too high. If it's like 3 parts to 1 part, it can cause bladder and kidney stones in the pigs. The other thing is selenium. And there are a couple other things. But so I went back to the feed store today with the information that Leanne's husband so generously helped us with. And I had done more research. And so I went in there and I got the owner of the store. And the cool part was, you ready for this? She spent an hour and 15 minutes with me researching, calling a swine nutritionist, I believe at the mineral company. And she's waiting for them to call her back. But I can't tell you how fascinating it was to learn from her and learn all the things. For example, hey, bro, cowgirl. For example, she said to me, they do not add selenium in any of their feed. And the reason why they don't is because we are in a very selenium-rich pasture area. So it's in the ground here. And so apparently, and I don't have these animals, so I don't know, but apparently for horses and cows, it can be very dangerous with a high level of selenium. Hey, Ark Wildman. So I learned that was pretty fascinating. Also, we are very deficient in copper in this area, which is pretty cool to learn. You know what I mean? So she talked to me about bringing in my hay, because if my hay is local, it will have selenium. And there's nothing to combat that. You can't just give another mineral to reduce the selenium. So I had a really great conversation with her and learned so much from her. And, here she is, this She's owned this feed store 8 years, but it's like I said, in a town with 134, 139 people. And hey, Susie Jacobson. Yes, I agree, Gwen. It really is. So, of course, Ryan thinks I'm a pain in the neck because I'm going in there and I'm asking these specific questions. And I'm like, look, I want to know. I don't want to make, all the animals sick. You know what I mean? So the good news is it's going to be better quality feed and they mix it. And so I'm waiting to hear back from her how they can adjust it. So she said the lysine was really easy, but the concern was the calcium to phosphorus stuff. So, and yeah, see now I read the guaranteed analysis on the feedback tag and I have no problem with it. My problem was converting it to a ton of feed. And that was the problem that I was having. And so Leanne's husband helped with that. And then I was able to also, the lady explained it to me just because she said I like to walk through it and talk through it. So she did that. Hey, Carla, no worries. Not late at all. Not late at all. And Susie, it's good to see you, my friend. So yeah, so it's really good because I went down there with our label. They showed me their mineral label because it's a corn and soy base. So I'm really excited. So we're going to end up getting, once we figure it out, they will help us out. And so the nice part is they're only 40 minutes away. They're local. It supports a small town. So that's pretty exciting stuff. So it's a really cool feed mill. Let me see. I wanted to show you a picture of it because it was so cool. That's one part of it. Isn't that cool? Hey, Vineyard Chicks, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, and Vineyard Chicks, for some reason, your gifts are stuck in production, and I've emailed the company, and they are not even emailing me back. So I will keep you guys posted when I hear from them. Just wanted you to know that. Yeah, there's a lot of Hubbard here as well. In fact, a lot of the Hubbards that I found have prepackaged food. It's Hubbard brand, obviously, but that's what I didn't want. I wanted to see if I could get some, where a feed mill mixes it. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, it's really cool. And of course, what you don't see is that's the front part of the store, but then they have a long building and it's on the railroad and stuff. So it's pretty cool. You're welcome, Vineyard Chicks. I just wanted to let you know, I don't know why it's being held up. Like there's no problem. They haven't said anything, but it should have been there the beginning of February. So I'm really bummed. So I'm sorry. But it's really fascinating to see the different things. But yeah, the feed label conversion was killing me. So I'm just waiting to hear back from her to see how that goes. But it'll end up being, I think we said almost 40 cents a pound cheaper. And it'll be better quality. So very, very excited. Hey, Rhonda Redeem, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Beautiful. So that'll be a good thing. So we're real excited about that. So I feel better about getting settled and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't blame you, Gwen. That's great. I wish we had that here. I really do. And the ones that do, like I said, they're dealing in a lot larger tonnage than us. I mean, we're going to order a ton and that's going to last us probably about 8 to 9 months, considering the extra feed in winter and considering the piglets being here. So the other exciting news that I wanted to share with you guys is, and I don't know if you all saw my post, but I did post to my community page. Yep. Well, and Leanne, you know me. I am not going to feed them garbage. Just because they are pigs does not mean you feed them like a trash can. And I will never feed my pigs like a trash can. And that's exactly why. So Fiona, if you guys remember, some of you may have remembered or heard this before or remembered it from when you started following us, but let me just go look at what Sparkman said. I figured I'd go through about a ton of chicken food in about 3.5 months. I think it's the ducks that eat most of it. Yeah. Somebody told me, I think it was Dakota Mill and Grain had $8 a bag feed that they mix themselves if you bought a half ton. So just an FYI, Sparkman. So anyway, my breeder where we bought Fiona, Sherman, and Eleanor watches our channel. And she has watched Fiona grow up because when we got Fiona was too tiny to register. She was she was a peanut compared to Eleanor. And she didn't meet breed standards, and breeders have their own thing. And so my breeder reached out to me when she saw one of my posts, and she said, you know, we can get Fiona registered because I'm looking at her and she's blossomed. And at the time, that bloodline was new to me, so let's get her registered. So she ordered the DNA from the lab that she uses. And then I had to take a hair sample. You have to pull it out by the root. It's pretty wild how you do that too. You have to have like 40 or 50 hairs. They'll tell you less, but they say to send about 40 or 50 because they need the hair follicle. So what you have to do is on their hind or their shoulder, I chose her hind end, you take a pliers, you twist the hair and you take a pliers and then you pull it. I did it twice and then I had to go back for a third time because the hair kept slipping. By number 2, Fiona was on to me and knew what I was doing. So Ryan had to come help me, but it's all mailed in. It's all mailed in. So we are waiting to hear. It can take anywhere up to 8 months from the DNA or several months for the DNA from the hair testing. But we're waiting on that and she will let me know. So they reactivated her registration number because when you have a litter, you have a litter notification. And so they automatically have numbers that are assigned. So this one, they did that. I know, the poor thing. It wasn't that bad, but she got through it. But I just want to go back through here. I thought I missed somebody. So we're really excited. So that'll give us half the herd will be registered now. So that is really exciting. So, you know, she'll let me know because what'll happen is they will contact, they used to mail the certificate to you. And I think Eleanor's certificate came months after we bought her, months. So apparently now what they'll do is once they contact her as the breeder, she'll let me know, and then they'll email us the certificate at some point after that. So it'll be a few months, but it should go no problem at all. Hey, Strange Reality, welcome in. Excuse me. But yeah, other than that, just it's snowing today, but it's decent weather. I can't complain. It is. It's very exciting, Glenda. We are very excited. Very, very excited to have that opportunity because I asked my breeder, how many years can I breed these pigs? She said she's got pigs that are going 8 or 9 years. So I'm super excited for that because by that time I won't want to breed pigs anymore. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's exactly, Carla. It's rough, right? You know, but it's like a pinch for a second. You know what I mean? Exactly. Hey, Brampton Gardner. Hope you're doing well, Rochelle. So yeah, so I mean, the main thing is it's done. It's over. Pigs have really thick skin also. So especially on their backs. In fact, when you have to give them an injection, that's always the hard part. So that's pretty cool. You just saw lightning, lots of it. Yikes. Lay your phone on the table. Don't be holding it. You charge $20 for a 50-pound bag of chicken feed. Yeah. Yep. 17 for a bag of the Hubbard at that feed mill here. Lightning and snow thunder. Oh wow, Rochelle. And did you have all that wind also, Rochelle? And Susan's ramblings, I think you're doing you're asking for Sparkman's link. Yeah, that's how they do DNA on horses too. Yeah, well, that was the interesting thing that I learned today, that I guess selenium causes issues for horses, something about hooves and tails falling off or something. No, not a ton of wind, snow and blowing in now. Gotcha. Stay safe, Rochelle. Oh, Carla had a really good point. It's hard to remember that animals don't have the emotions we have. Hurt you more than it hurt her. Yeah. And I was fine doing it because I didn't think it was cruel. I mean, I think it's in her best interest. And I think that it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Quite honestly, Sherman pushing them around is worse. And they survived that no problem. So that's the other thing. So Eleanor was in heat, of course, right after, well, last Friday's live, we talked about it. And of course, she was in heat the next day. So we get Grant because we want to breed Grant with Eleanor and Sherman with Fiona. So Grant is old enough this year. And I go, we put Grant in with Eleanor. He's seriously so excited to be in a new pen, and he's just checking everything out. And he did nothing with Fiona. I mean, with Eleanor. So her heat cycle passed. So we are leaving the pairs together. So we have Fiona with Sherman, and we have Grant with Eleanor, and we're going to leave them in there through next heat. Yeah, like everyone's first date. I was like, Grant, you're not helping the cause here, because if you don't breed her, you're not staying. So help me out, brother. Meanwhile, Sherman is like, let me over there and I'll take care of it. And Eleanor has literally got her hind end up against the fence. It was quite funny. Yep. Yeah, Rochelle, I don't know if you were here earlier. They were talking about the selenium in the ground here is quite high, and they don't put it in the feed because apparently it can be very bad for certain animals because it builds up in their system. So it was just a fascinating thing I learned today. Boom, chicka, oink, oink. Yeah. Sherman was like, let me at her. Yeah, exactly. And the girl knows what she wants. She does. She was all lovey. Eleanor always fights with Grant. Grant comes in there when she's in heat and she's like, hi, how are you? Something else, I tell you. The one thing I will say, Blue, is when they were finally in heat last year, Sherman got down to business in 2 seconds. Got it all done. So I may not witness it this time. So they may have to stay in for a while together. But we definitely want them bred by March because we want them earlier so we don't fall into the same position of having more Normans out there in the cold. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Yeah. I was like, Grant, do you know what to do? No, more like a 3 or 4 minute. Northern Girl Hobbies. Yeah. But I mean, he got right down to business. Yeah, it is March. It is March. It is March, but yeah, I knew they were going to go into heat right after that or around that cold. Tony has turned my house into a greenhouse building workshop. Oh, geez. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, better than nothing. Definitely take it. Finishing up cleaning in the barn, or at least I hope I get it finished. That's awesome, Gwen. That'll be awesome. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. We've got seeds started. Started some broccoli and stuff like that. I told you guys about the winter sowing. That's outside. So that's pretty exciting. Blue would like to have her kitchen back. LOL. It'll be there soon. Don't you worry. Carla, crazy busy this weekend. Too much to list. Going to try to video some of it. Awesome. And congrats on the bingo win. That was awesome. I saw that. Simply Jan and the boss are, oh, wait a minute, finishing the build on the livestock shelter. Awesome. Lots of stuff to do. Let's see. Uploading videos and planning for Sunday Live is what Nancy's doing. I'll have to order takeout, dang it. Bev Bakken is going to friends as her hubby is redoing her bathroom for her. Ooh, that's nice. Holman's Homestead, got to go to work early, then go work on the greenhouse. Awesome. Oh yeah, Spartman, you have to get a vehicle back home, and on Sunday going to our youngest grandson's first birthday. Oh, happy birthday to him. Nice. Leanne, I plan to try to finish a quilt that gave me a headache last week. Yeah, I bet. Did your fabric arrive? Strange reality. I took insurance claims like crazy today. Nebraska, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas. Nice. Only your second time playing and you won? That's awesome, Carla. Rochelle's working on a mini quilt. Sweet. 2014 Ford Fusion for sale cheap. Only needs a little engine replacement. There you go. Glenda's trying to get a cabinet that I'm building finished. Awesome. Brampton Gardner says, hoping my voice is working so I can film this weekend. Are you sick or you just lose your voice? And Lisa Colovi not going to work. So I'm happy. Awesome. Janet Northern Girl Hobby said, finishing up some projects. Y'all are keeping busy too. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Cute little pug babies. Over at Northern Girl Hobby, she actually has a channel for the pugs, which is pretty cool. Broke Cowgirl, I have a quilt I need to finish too, but not this weekend. Money went straight to bills. Thank God for the extra help. Awesome. Oh, okay. Lost your voice. Oh, Rochelle, I'm sorry. I hope you're doing better. Yes, it came. I have all the blocks sewn into rows. Just need to sew the rows together. Awesome. Good deal, Leanne. Susan's ramblings, finishing up my pantry reorganization, working on projects for the youth art camps I hold every summer, and working on the veterans projects I have going on. That's awesome. That's really cool. You guys got a lot of going on. Yeah, no lives if you can't talk, I'm sure. I am sure. I totally get that. We enjoyed the I Can Buy Myself Chickens videos. So we are going to try recording the Miley Cyrus cover of Flowers. Good for you guys. That's awesome. I love the one. I did a reel on Instagram. I love that trend. It's the one from the Nicolas Cage movie. Oh my gosh, I love that one. Buying chicks might be difficult this year. Don't get me started. Absolutely. Um, so yeah, chickens are selling out here, but it's really early for Tractor Supply has them, but they're not getting a lot in yet. And Tractor Supply usually doesn't get a lot in compared to some of the other stores here. Carla, thank you so much. I would not. I will be honest. I would prefer you give it to someone who would love it, because I am just not getting to the things I want to get to. And I'm not a quilter. But thank you so much for offering. I really appreciate you. I still have the one where Diesel knocked all the pieces and I haven't done anything. I don't really know how to quilt, but I was going to sew blocks together. So Runnings Chick Days is usually quite large here. So that's what I'm waiting for. Baumgars won't have Chick Days until this week. So not sure. I'm sorry that you lost a gosling. In the meanwhile, just a suggestion. In the meanwhile, you might be able to give your gosling a stuffed animal. I had a lone turkey, and Monica Bland told me to do that and give it a dog toy. And I gave it a washable dog toy. And it kept it company, and it would snuggle with it until you find one, is what, I hope that helps. Let's see here. What is it that you want to find, Blue? I must have missed that. Yeah, so the birds won't come to Runnings until, is it mid-March? Because Tractor Supply had them as early as the 20th, no, as the 20th, and they were gone immediately. Baumgars won't have them until Monday-ish, but I know that they stagger it per store depending on where it's located. Oh, you have a stuffed animal in there now. Good. Hey, Down Home, welcome in. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. The Nicolas Cage thing. That was too funny. I was having fun. Yeah, and I don't go to Tractor Supply because they don't have a good selection. I mean, if they have Cornish Cross, I'll go in there and get all the Cornish Cross, but I don't go to them because they have like 6 tubs if we're lucky, and half of them are ducks. Hey, Tommy at Mon's Family Homestead. Don't you worry about a thing, friend. You're still my friend always. I hope you guys are doing well. Love to you guys. Ooh, Chick Days at your local Tractor Supply. Nice. Very exciting. Yeah, I had the Tractor Supply guy offer us 3 ducks for like $1 off each, and I was like, I looked at the brooder and I was like, no, I remembered that pretty quickly. They are super cute. I love little ducklings. They're so cute, but man, they make such a mess. So we'll see how it goes. I go there to save the chicks from people who don't know what they're doing. No kidding. Carla, no kidding. I know I should have taken them. Water in the winter is just so hard. Ryan always laughs. See you later, Jan. Thanks for stopping by. Ryan always laughs because there's always all these ducks sitting in the runnings at the end of the season. And he always tells me, he's like, just keep driving by Runnings every day. It's a 2-hour round trip. He's like, just drive by Runnings every day and see when they're ready to give them to you. Hey, Danny, Wicked Awesome Gardening. Welcome in. Yeah, hit up the bird group. I would do that. Definitely. Absolutely. I would do that. Welded wire fence over the top of their tub to keep the ducks out. I bet you did. Ducks are relentless. Relentless. That brooder smells like none other, too. Excuse me. And now I'm yawning. I apologize. That's so rude. Jerk's still set on top of it. No kidding. Yeah. Anybody else having trouble getting feed or anything? I'm curious. Because that was really bothersome to me that we weren't getting the feed. I mean, gosh, usually it's in 2 weeks. So I don't know what's going on. We'll see how that goes. And I'm going to end up getting some other feed from them. I got a blended scratch green from them to mix in with my feed too, because I like the higher quality. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just I think it's just going to be get some stuff done. You can't find dry cat food, Leanne? Oh man, that's been going on for a long time. It's getting worse. Do you feel comfortable saying what brand you're looking for? I'm just curious. Nice, Tommy. Buy from our feed store local, which gets it from Where Feed in Houston, Mississippi. Nice. Yeah, I was talking earlier that we're kind of small, so specialty mixes are hard. Meow mix. Okay, meow mix for Leanne. Poor kitties. Feed is not hard to get here. That's in the UK. If you want it, it's just literally tripled in price. Oh, yeah. It's up from 14 and change to $20 in Purina Pig and Sow, which is what all the folks that I know were using before this whole thing started, is now up to $25 a bag at Tractor Supply. Hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, welcome in. Having trouble getting my dog food. They are picky, and I'm cooking them chicken and rice now. Hopefully the food comes tomorrow. What kind of food, Carla? And Leanne said Sam's Club has been out for over a month of Meow Mix. That's crazy. What is the draw on cat food and dog food? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's crazy. Especially where you are, Leanne. I just don't get that. Wow. And it's hard, like dogs and cats. It's hard to switch them over to another feed, you know? I mean, you can do it, but it's really hard. Poor things. I can't believe they've been without it for a month. We fed Diesel some of the roosters that we processed, and he loved it. Loved it. Purina, would have to ask the hubby which one. That's his one job. Yeah. I remember when the whole you know what started in 2020, there were some issues with Purina. Is it one? And it's in a reddish bag. I know that was an issue. They quit making Nutro salmon, no chicken, no beef. Has to eat a specific diet, switch to wellness salmon. Good. Good. Is he tolerating wellness salmon okay? Because I know Yogi, I wanted to feed him wellness because I really liked the food, and he could not tolerate wellness. It was too rich for him. So we ended up feeding the raw for Yogi, but then Diesel eats a canna, and he eats the duck and pear. It's like a limited ingredient diet. Hey, Barb's Country Home, welcome in. No chicks or beef, but he's a working dog. Good, good. Salmon, beef, and either chicken or lamb. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. Carla, did you get any damage from the storms that went through last night in Texas? Because I know it was pretty brutal. because yeah, I was worried about Bland's. I was talking to Monica and Rebecca at Halbert Farm, so was worried about them. I think for this weekend, I don't know what we're doing. I think I'm going to do some stuff inside the house and try to get some things done here. But just running around trying to get situated. I don't know about you guys, but I get anxious when I didn't know where I was getting feed for them from. So that was just worrying me. Much more kibble and wheat-based fillers in cat food, which is really bad for them. Trying to give my cats as much proper meat as we can afford, but it's hard. Yep, absolutely. Yep. No, raw meat is very good for cats, but it's very expensive, especially where you are. I mean, it's expensive here. The storms are way north of us. Thanks for checking. You're welcome. Hey, Katie at Mayfield Ranch. Welcome in. So yeah, so it's just that's where it's been. So, but I'm really glad that we got things situated because I was really worried about that. I am hoping to have a panel on next week. I waited till the last minute to email everybody late last night. So I told them, I said, hey, if you want to join me, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm just going to go live. So that was my bad. But I'm hoping to have a panel next week. We'll see who we can get to join us. Pelosi caught and killed a mouse, but Biden sold it. My daughter's old job sold her chicken feed for $6 a bag. I stocked up and it's been a hot minute since I've gone looking for feed. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, hey, Jerry Riggs, good to see you. Yeah, it's absolutely insane, the prices of everything and how high it's gone up. But I just, we buy, like I said, a ton at a time, makes life so much easier. And then the chickens, we don't buy a ton at a time. We usually buy a month or two at a time, depending on, what we can get, what's on sale. So it works out, it works out. How's everybody's seeds? Did anybody start seeds? Who am I kidding? Barb's Country Home has got full-fledged harvesting going on. You guys, if you haven't checked out Barb's Country Home, you need to. I met Barb when we first started. She had just gotten her chickens and she's just blossomed into a million raised beds on her property, and it is fabulous. Oh, you couldn't find Meow Mix either? Wow. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Vineyard Chicks. Yep, that's my seeds, my full spectrum seeds right there. I have bell peppers up and going. I need to do tomatoes soon. Good for you. Good for you. I have got to get those started. We are about 14 weeks or 13 weeks from last frost. But I have stuff out in the winter sowing jugs, and then I am going to start stuff inside. That's awesome, Glenda. And it's Seed Week in the UK over at Blue and Tannies. Put in the chilies and peppers and aubergine and some herbs this week. Nice. You're welcome, Barb. You know I love you. Our treasured home. That's awesome. Leanne says we don't start tender crops until April. That's awesome. Hey, Little Creek. Welcome here. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm going to try and start some hot peppers and stuff like that. There was this thing on Instagram. I think her account is XO Farm Girl, and everybody was sharing it, and they're sharing it to make money for a mini farm grant. So I had nominated a bunch of people, and someone nominated me. So I filled out the application. I think you have an opportunity to get a $500 or $1,000 mini farm grant. So I had to do that, fill that out. So I got that in on time. So I'm really excited about that. Let me just go back up a minute. Barb started a whole tray of herbs and spices. Blue said the rest can pretty much wait until the end of the month or mid-April because the last frost is May 10th-ish. Bev has had dwarf tomatoes growing and producing since October. We will start our seeds when we get back. That's awesome. Rochelle at Brampton Gardner sent me some dwarf tomatoes, and I want to get them started. Hey, good times. I'm assuming that's you, Jennifer. I just have to not kill my transplant. Things are getting leggy. Do you have a fan on them? Make sure that you have a fan blowing on them a little bit throughout the day. Helps to simulate wind. And they may need to be closer to the light source. Carla's got tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and eggplant ready to go outside. Direct sowing beans this weekend. Awesome. Vicky at Little Creek said, my green stalk just came. I'm going to fill it and start some seeds in there. Awesome. Excuse me. Barb's going to harvest some cabbage. If you haven't seen Barb's cabbage, they're picturesque. I don't know how she does it. No, but we walk through the laundry room all day. Well, when you walk through, gently zhuzh. You got to zhuzh the plants and simulate wind if you don't have a fan on them. Bev says they did great under lights with a fan all winter. Our last frost is mid-May. Awesome. All right, Vicky said, leggy starts need the light closer. There you go. Alicia, Strange Reality, said, last I saw, they didn't have 13 states left with no recommendations. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm really excited. So, yeah, so I was excited. I put in there for the greenhouse for partial fundings for it. Yep. Tomatoes will grow year round if you can keep it from freezing. Yeah. That's why I want to try the dwarf, because I chose indeterminate for my hydroponics indoors last year. But they started to get tomatoes on them in the house. It was pretty cool. So other than that, not much going on. Just, let's be real. It's, thankfully it's not bitter cold. It's just normal cold, which is fine. And looking forward to spring. But at the same time, this is I always said February was our coldest month. March is supposedly our snowiest month. So we're going to get dumped on with all the snow that we didn't get all year yet. Yep, that's awesome, Bev. That's awesome. I did the full spectrum lights. I did, and I grew under the full spectrum lights all year last year. It was really great. That's my problem, is getting the lights lower. It's easier for me to raise the pots up, if that makes sense, but then they're not on the heat map. Yeah, the heat mat. So we'll see. I just want to say, guys, every week, there's a whole bunch of you every week that show up, and I just want to thank you. Thank you very much for showing up. Really appreciate it. I was going to cancel tonight because I was like, bleh. And then I was like, that's just not fair. So I'm glad that I did, because I always like talking to you guys. I haven't tried the buttons yet, Carla. And that's because of the snow, because I have to do it outside. Diesel has gotten not nice with Norman. I know I can try them with Diesel, and I probably will do that. But I guess I had in my head that was for Norman, and I really want to do that with Norman. So maybe I'll take 2 buttons and give it to Diesel and see if I can get him to do them this weekend. And that way I can film it, see how it goes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Aw, you guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was going to cancel, and I was like, it's just me. You guys are probably bored. But I said, well, I'm at least going to come on for a little bit, say, hey, see how everything's doing. Because I like to catch up with you guys. I like to see how you guys are doing, see what you're doing, what you're up to. I'm personally glad that Glenda came on and told me she was safe. I'm really glad she emailed me earlier. But yeah, I'm saving you from an hour of boredom at work. That's awesome, Spartan. Oh, Carla, check this out. So it will say hate Norman. It will. In the house, it's gotten to the point where he is now trying to bite his ear and bite his leg. So it's not going well. It's not going to happen. That's just reality. And I'm not going to force the issue because it's what I want, because that's not fair to them. Diesel was here first. And Norman is staying. Hey, Jeannie Lipsky, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I definitely will use him for Diesel, but I do want to use him for Norman too, because I think I want to teach him that. I'm just waiting for the snow to get off the ground so we can do that. Because I was thinking of putting them on a board so that they were protected off the ground. Just my thought. So we take Diesel outside to see him. First of all, he got zapped by an electric fence one time, so he won't even go near the hog panel, Diesel. So I drag him down there, and I get him all the way down by Norman, and he ignores him. In the house, he goes after him. So I'm kind of bummed, a lot bummed, but it is what it is, and I just don't think it's fair that Norman live in fear, because Norman's clearly afraid of him, because he runs away from him when Diesel gets more aggressive. And that's not fair to Diesel to live in stress, and it's not fair to Norman to live in fear. So it's just not working out. So we'll go with plan B, and he'll stay outside, but he'll still be a pet. And I still want to teach him things. He sits for all his meals. He's been walking around with me, and I still want to pursue that. So yeah, it's a territory thing. It is. And part of it, I think, is it's been 3 years since Diesel's been with me and Ryan, because before that, he was with me because I was still in North Carolina, and I'm the one who went and got him. And of course, Ryan and I were in contact about it. But when Yogi died, I just could not be in the house alone. I missed Yogi so much, I just couldn't handle it. So I went and got another owner surrender. But what ended up happening was Diesel was fine with my sister-in-law's cat, because my sister-in-law was living with us for a while. And I just think he's really grown attached to us, whereas that first year was more like the adjustment period from when we rescued him. And now he's really solidified his position in the house. So I think that's what it was about. So, yep. Yeah, that and Diesel's afraid of the fence. He thinks the fence is going to shock him, because he's always run right over to the pigs and check them out and stuff. So it's just kind of but I still want to train him, and I still want to do that. So I will definitely do that. So we'll see how it goes. But well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night, if you don't mind. I know it was short, but I made it to almost an hour. But I hope that you guys have wonderful weekends. Yeah, they are. They say animals don't remember. Oh, trust me, Diesel remembers getting zapped on the nose by the electric fence. Trust me. He's never walked down in the yard again. I love you guys too. Y'all, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for stopping by. You're always coming in. Lisa Colovi, thank you for all you do as well. I hope everybody in the path of this crazy weather going around this year stay safe and stay well. And God bless you guys. Love you. Have a great weekend. Take care.